They're unflattering, they're clunky, no one can pull them off, so please stop trying to make them happen. Hi guys, my name is G.P.S. and welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we'll be taking a look at the Hermes Spring 2021 runway show, which I've personally only seen snippets of on social media, so I'm really excited to have a look at the entire collection with you guys. So if you want to hear my thoughts and first impressions on the collection, and hopefully see a couple of new bags that Hermes is launching for Spring 2021, then please keep on watching. So I just jumped onto Vogue.com, but at a glance the collection seems to be really rich and heavy in this sort of darker ivory color, which I guess some skin tones could call nude, but it's definitely not a universal nude. Not everyone could call this a nude color. But there are quite a few looks in this darker ivory color. There are very few looks that are in actual colors, but the two main colors that I can see are blue and red. And then the rest of the collection is pretty much black, which obviously I'm a big fan of. And the first look that we have here is again in this darker ivory color, which consists of this sort of bodysuit, which almost looks like a swimsuit, and then it has a cutout on, it actually has cutout on the sides. We'll have a look at the detailed image. So it actually has a cutout on the side. It reminds me of an older Stella McCartney dress that was really popular quite a few years ago at this point. The bodysuit was teamed with a mid-length leather skirt, which is obviously very Hermes. And then the look was finished with clogs. Let's start with the clogs because I have a feeling this is going to be a reoccurring element in this show. Clogs just give me the heebie-jeebies for some reason. They are unflattering, they are clunky, no one can pull them off. So please stop trying to make them happen unless you are gardening or maybe you are on your feet all day long and you find clogs to be the most comfortable thing to wear. Obviously go for it, but as a fashion statement, it doesn't work. It never did and it never will. So if you're not a model walking down the Hermes runway, you're not going to be able to pull them off. I like the bodysuit, it's cute, it's not the most flattering. This cut sort of makes you look quite broad-shouldered. So I don't know how many people would be able to wear this. The skirt is very Hermes. We see this time and time again. They always have some sort of leather skirt. This season it happens to be in like a taupey ivory color. Look number 2 is this Boilersuit. I'm not sure if this is 2 pieces or just one. No, I think it might be 2 separate pieces, but they're in the exact same color. So there is the shirt that you can button down just up until here maybe, just where your ribs start, I guess. And then it was teamed with a pair of really loose fitted pants with buttons on the side, which I actually quite like. I'm not a fan of this super matchy look, especially in this color, because it honestly looks like a scrub that doctors wear. So the color and the fabric doesn't seem to be the most flattering, especially when paired like this, but I could definitely see the pants being worn with a white shirt, which might work a little bit better. And then we have our very first bag here, which again is interesting to say the least. Having a closer look at the bag, it honestly reminds me of a card holder that Hermes launched just a few seasons ago. It was, if I remember correctly, called the Citadel card holder, which was very, very simple. It was essentially one piece of leather that they kind of wrapped around and rolled up to create this almost rose-like shape. It only had just a couple of stitches around the edges to keep this rolled up leather together. It honestly reminded me of those flowers that you used to make as a child in kindergarten. Do you guys remember those rolled up pieces of paper that you could, we thought at the time that they looked like flowers or roses, but they honestly didn't? That's exactly what that card holder reminds me of. And this bag seems to have a very similar shape to it. It has sort of 2 separate compartments of leather, and I'm not sure about the construction, whether this was rolled up as one piece of leather or it had a different method to creating this, but honestly that's what it looks like. It essentially seems to have a pouch on the front and then another one in the back, and then it features the Hermes clou de sel closure, which essentially is just a snap closure. I guess it's sort of a leather version of the Evelyne. It comes with a shoulder strap, which is adjustable, which finally Hermes is listening to their customers and they're finally coming out with adjustable shoulder straps. To me, it's not really Hermes. It's kind of old Celine. So if you used to love Celine back in the day, you're going to absolutely love this bag. The next look is this sort of leather coat, which is quite interesting. It's definitely much longer than a regular coat, but Hermes does this every single season. If you look at their women's runway shows, there are 3 pieces you can see every single season. They always have a leather skirt, a short leather jacket, which is sort of like a bomber jacket. Sometimes it's a little bit more fitted and tapered, sometimes it's a little bit more oversized. And then they always have some sort of oversized leather coat that you can almost wear as a dress, which seems to be this one this season. It's nice. It's again in this taupey color. It features some really interesting laser cut or perforated side details, some pockets, a belt around the waist, which definitely does make it a little bit more flattering considering how oversized this coat is, especially if you look at the sleeves. Again, these clogs, no comment. And then there's one thing I'm not quite sure about, is this detail on the collar. It kind of looks like the towel that boxers get given when they are in the ring in between fights. That's kind of what it looks like. So maybe you can put a towel in there. I'm not sure what purpose that serves. Or perhaps you can open it up and it turns into a hood, which would be quite cool. But honestly, this detail looks quite awkward, especially if you look at the piece as a whole. I'm not feeling it. I don't know what it is. I'm not sure if this is going to be something that we'll see more of. But I love the coat. It looks really nice, especially belted. It's quite flattering. But that little neck detail is a little awkward, and I guess we'll have to see if we see more of it. Finally, something different. We have a knitted dress here with this sort of leather detail on the sleeve, which I personally really like. This outfit is quintessentially Hermes. It's simple, it's effortless, but it's timeless. I like the leather detail. The dress itself seems to be actually quite formal, even though it's knitted fabric. It seems to have a little bit of sheen to it, so I can definitely see it being styled to a more formal event. It has some seams on the front, which I think definitely make it look a little bit more form-fitting. And then we see another one of the first bags that we've seen, which again, I have the exact same feedback. It looks very simplistic, very Celine-like, especially in this more neutral color, which I think might be gold. Yeah, it's a simple, casual bag. I like the way it's styled here, that they're carrying it by the handle. Obviously, in real life, you would mainly wear this as a crossbody bag or just put the strap across one of your shoulders. Yeah, I mean, it's a simple bag. There's not much else I can say about it. We have a black version of the very first look that we saw. It's the exact same bodycon sort of bodysuit with the same leather skirt and those... Are those the same terrible clogs or are they something... Yep, they're the same clogs but in black. No idea why. Let's hope these never make their way into production. Then the next look is quite interesting. This is definitely my favorite so far. It's very youthful. I think the styling is incredible on this. So they have this sort of oversized white shirt with rolled up sleeves that I love. I think these are really, really flattering. They teamed it with this sort of leather vest, which looks really almost military-like. I love the look. I love how the vest is cropped and then the skirt comes up a little bit higher. I think it's the perfect match with the leather skirt, which is a little bit shorter, but a little bit more higher waisted. The proportions on this, absolutely stunning. I really have no criticism. I absolutely love this look. She can even pull off the clogs with this outfit. I don't think most people would be able to, but I'm not hating this look overall. I'm actually quite a fan, so this is my favorite so far. Next up, we have a silk dress, which again is very Hermes. And it seems to feature a couple of different prints from Hermes. So I can see that it has this sort of bird-like print on the front. And then on the sides, it has the traditional Hermes equestrian I don't think this is Bride Gala, but it definitely has some of the harness-like elements from Hermes. She looks absolutely stunning. I mean, it's a very simple, relaxed summery dress. If you like silk dresses, and if you like monochromatic styles in black and white, you know, it's nothing groundbreaking. We have a different type of a leather jacket. Well, actually, I'm not even sure if this is leather. Let's have a closer look at it. Yeah, I think it is leather. So we have a different leather jacket, which is definitely much more simple. It's not too tapered, but not too oversized. It looks really flattering. We have another set of the Hermes leather bralette, a pair of high-waisted white pants that are quite loose-fitting. And then we have another bag here, which is the second bag of the show. The shape itself is quite traditional. It kind of reminds me of the shape of the newer Hermes Clique H bag, which I talked about before. I'll make sure to link the corresponding video up here. So the shape itself is quite traditional, but the details on this are definitely very interesting. The hardware on this definitely reminds me of the Mors de Bride collection from Hermes, which is one of their older jewelry collections, although I think they still have pieces in production, which I think Mors de Bride was inspired by a piece of harness. It's definitely inspired by Hermes's equestrian and harness making heritage, and it's absolutely stunning. I loved the jewelry collection, or at least pieces in the jewelry collection. They have earrings, they have necklaces and rings. I'm not sure which one of those is still in production, but that's what the collection consisted of, and it's kind of a reoccurring theme and inspiration that Hermes keeps going back to. And again, it's something that they reached for the creation of this bag. It's really interesting. I love the top part. I love this equestrian hardware piece. I love the little detail here, which I have a feeling helps to open up the bag somehow. I think that's where you would open the bag up. I really like it. I think it's definitely an interesting look. The shape is definitely not my cup of tea. It's a little bit too traditional for my liking. But again, we have an adjustable shoulder strap, so Hermes is indeed listening to their customers that have been asking for adjustable straps for years at this point. I'm not loving this bag, and I'm not going to be reaching out to my assay to update me on this bag. But if you love Hermes, it's finally something new and quite different, and I'm not hating it. Next up, we have a leather dress, which looks absolutely stunning. It's quite a loose-fitting and relaxed leather dress, which to me is just so incredibly chic. It's made of a really fine and soft leather, which allows it to kind of flow with the body. And then it has this little detail on the sleeve, which I think allows the sleeve to be held up, or maybe you can roll it down and then hide this little detail underneath the sleeve. There seems to be something else going on in the back, which allows the dress to remain more body-fitting. And then again, we have this really strange neck detail. Again, it reminds me of something that would hold a towel. If you tell me that you can open this up and turn this into a hood, I'm going to be all about it. I love hoods on pretty much everything. But if this is what it's supposed to look like and you're supposed to be walking around with your color like this, I don't get it. But other than that, I love this look. I love the dress. It's probably one of the chicest pieces that we have seen so far. Okay, I'm not quite sure how to describe this. This is the sort of outfit you saw in Hunger Games. It's kind of a futuristic take on a nurse's outfit. The styling is terrible on this. It's way too overwhelming. It looks even worse with the clogs. The pants are loose-fitting. This jacket is loose-fitting, and it kind of just swallows the model in whole. It's not cute. That's all I can say. We are seeing this very simple bag in a different size this time. It seems to be in a smaller size, which I personally prefer in this. I'm not hating the bag, but it's definitely not my favorite so far. If you're looking for a really, really simple casual everyday bag, which I'm sure a lot of people are going to be, then you might want to have a look at this whenever it launches. This is something that Mary Poppins would wear. Maybe a 21st century Mary Poppins would be walking down the streets of London in this outfit. It's interesting. It kind of looks quite theatrical, and as I mentioned, Mary Poppins-like. I don't think it was designed for the modern person, but I guess it exists now. Now this is definitely much more interesting. I love the pants in this case, and I think it might be the exact same pair of pants as the previous one. I love it matched and styled with this, again, this sleeveless blazer, which looks amazing. It's cropped, and then the pants again are quite high-waisted. So even though you're wearing a cropped piece, you're not actually showing off that much because they kind of meet at the edges. So I love it. Again, the proportions are great on this. It features the leather bralette. Again, what's going on with this neck detail? I don't get it. Now it's featured on a sweater, and it seems to be in a different fabric than the sweater itself. And on this occasion, it actually looks like a towel was just wrapped around the model's neck. Maybe if they get sweaty walking down the runway under all those lights, I'm not sure, but unless it's a towel, it shouldn't be there. This next look has to be one of my favorites so far, which consists of this kind of relaxed and just a little bit oversized suede leather coat, which I absolutely love. I think the fit on this is absolutely incredible. It's made of suede, and then it features this really intricate kind of woven detail around the edges. It's really interesting. I love the styling on this. I love how the jacket or the coat is quite long, and then it was teamed with a pair of shorts. I love the sweater, which is this really interesting knitted fabric that we have seen throughout the collection that has the exact same kind of woven detail in the middle. I think it's phenomenal. They did an incredible job with the styling, and I think this might be the first or the second time that an outfit can actually go with the clogs, because the outfit is just so incredibly chic and effortless that it can actually pull off the clogs. I think this might be my favorite look so far. I'm going in between this and then the one with the leather skirt, the high-waisted leather skirt, the relaxed white shirt, and then the cropped leather vest. These two are definitely my favorites so far. Then we have this sort of, I guess it's a pantsuit, which is really, really simple. It's stripped down. It kind of looks like something that you would see on the runway of the row. I love it. It's definitely very much my aesthetic. It's all black. It's very effortless, but it doesn't go overboard while still staying elegant and timeless. I'm a huge fan of this. I think the tailoring on this is exceptional. The way the jacket is fitted and how the pants are a little bit more relaxed and wide. I'm loving this, and I think they did an incredible job styling it with the bralette underneath it. It's a 10-star look. We have another exceptionally styled outfit here with a cashmere coat, and then I think it might be a one-piece bodysuit. It's absolutely beautiful. I think we've seen this coat before, but in red leather. This time it's in black cashmere. I guess I could see myself wearing the coat. I'm not sure about the fit. I would definitely have to look at it in person, but I do absolutely love this outfit on her. She looks stunning. It just looks really chic and elegant. I really like the oversized pleated buttons on the one-piece bodysuit. It's fantastic. It's very chic. It's very modern. It's very Hermes. On another note, this is the dress that I remember seeing on social media, and I honestly wasn't sure if this was a meme or this was an actual part of the collection. Well, it seems that this piece actually walked down the runway, and I'm not sure why. If you watch Project Runway, you know that for the past couple of years, since sustainability has obviously become a much more prominent part of the fashion industry, designers, I think each season, have been taken to some sort of recycling facility where they were given the task of recycling trash and turning them into dresses. And this is exactly what it looks like. If you told me that the creative director at Hermes challenged the designers to turn trash into a dress, I would be all over this because it looks quite cool in that sense. But knowing that this is probably a $25,000 outfit, it's hideous. I mean, there's nothing flattering or even interesting about this. It just looks extremely strange. It looks restricting. It's oh my god, yeah. I'm kind of lost for words, and it doesn't happen often that I am. I don't even know if it's made of leather, if it's made of wooden pieces. I don't even know what it is. Maybe it's made of I don't know, toothpicks, and they put them together and made this. It just looks really unrefined. And again, I'm sure that the craftsmanship is going to be absolutely stunning on this. It does feature, I think, the mid-door pyramids, but with the clogs especially, this is just a hot mess. And then the last picture we have here is of the creative director of Hermes Women's, who seems to be carrying a Patagonia belt bag to the Hermes fashion show, because obviously it's not like Hermes is a brand that creates incredible bags, right? I mean, you do need to go to a different brand to get a bag from them. But I personally love this. I think it's a lot of fun. It just shows her style and her approach to designing. I personally don't mind it, and it might be a hint to a potential Patagonia and Hermes collaboration coming up, which I would like. It actually would make a lot of sense for the two of them to collaborate, considering that their values actually do line up quite a bit. They both believe in quality and craftsmanship over everything, and they both support the idea of buying and investing in one piece that you're going to have for a lifetime. So I could actually see that happening, and I certainly wouldn't be against it. And this is it, guys. This concludes my first impressions of the Hermes Spring 2021 runway show. I hope you guys enjoyed this, and if you would like me to make more videos like this, then please make sure to give this video a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe. And as always, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you being here, and I hope to see you in the next one. Bye!